Greetings and salutations, neighbors. Anthony here, and welcome to another Anthony Around Town video. This is the story of a single dad raising small girls in an almost equally small town. And because, as I just mentioned, I'm raising my kids in a small town, honestly, sometimes finding a good date can be very, very hard. And yeah, even using things like dating apps, for example, doesn't really make things any easier. And so for today's video, I thought I would expand my option pool, if you will, by doing a little something I like to call Tinder in Real Life. What I did is I went through the internet, I went through Google, and I found 6 women who are insanely popular, lots of people love them, and I figured, hey, maybe I'll go through each one of these women and decide whether or not I would swipe right and accept, or I would swipe left and let them go, because if this many people like these women, hey, there might be a chance that I would as well. So that's the game plan for today, Tinder in Real Life. Make sure you stick around through the entire video. That way you can see which ones I might end up with possibly in the future. Most likely not, because these are uber celebrities and I'm just a guy in a cowboy town. But hey, you never know. All right, with all that out of the way, let's get swiping. All right, let's get this Tinder and Real Life thing going. I'm actually kind of nervous because one of these ladies I swipe on could end up being my future wife. Probably not, but you never know. All right, the first woman brought up by Google was Billie Eilish. Now, obviously, all these women I'm gonna talk about today, they're all very beautiful. That kind of goes without saying, and Billie Eilish is no exception. But I don't know. Well, first of all, I think she's like 19 and I am not 19, so there's a little bit of an age difference there, a big age gap. But not only that, personality-wise, I mean, for me, I'm kind of a bubbly person. I'm a little bit goofy, as you can tell. And Billie Eilish is known for being, Billie Eilish-y. She has that certain style and certain persona about her. So I don't know if personality-wise, it would work so well, it might be a little water vinegar type thing, but they do say opposites attract, but still, because of those couple of reasons, I think I'm gonna have to swipe left on Billie Eilish. Don't think it would work. The next person Google said I should talk about is the queen herself, Taylor Swift. Now this is interesting, because growing up as a young man, before kids, before adulthood, I had probably the biggest crush on Taylor Swift in the world. This was back in the Love Story days when she was more country music Taylor Swift. I was super into her. I had like posters on the wall and I would dance out to her songs every chance that I get. I was in love with this woman. But I think just over the years, as some do in love, you just kind of grow apart. I just kind of felt like I grew out of that super big crush I had on Taylor Swift until perhaps she put out like a Netflix documentary movie last year, I think it was, and I watched that, and that was cool because that was more of like her behind the scenes life, and she was a little more raw and real and edgy. And I was like, all right, I see you, Taylor Swift, I see you. But the question is, would I swipe on her right now today? 16-year-old me would have swiped right in 2 seconds, but what does not 16-year-old me think? Nah, I'm still gonna swipe right on Taylor Swift. I've been in love with her for many, many years. I think my teenage self would travel in time and kick my own butt if I didn't do that. And I could see us, working out. I mean, it's a tale as old as time. Boy sees a celebrity, boy has a crush on a celebrity, boy loses crush on a celebrity, boy regains crush on a celebrity through a Netflix documentary. You've seen it happen before. The next woman Google said I should consider is Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande, I knew her growing up from her role on Victorious. That was a show my siblings and I watched pretty often. Super hilarious. Of course, on that show she played Kat. And as my girls have gotten older and started watching more shows on Netflix, they got really into the show she did after Victorious called Sam and Cat. They love watching that show. But again, the question is, would me, right now, date Ariana Grande? I think the answer on this is swipe right. This is kind of an easy one. Ariana Grande, again, like all these women, super beautiful, super talented, very funny. Loved her on Nickelodeon growing up, so I'm assuming she has some of those funny chops still today. It's always nice to find yourself a funny gal. And yeah, I could see it working out. Could you? Comment down below and let me know. Would you ship Ariana and Anthony? Anthiana? This kind of surprised me, but another popular woman, according to Google search, is actually the tennis player Serena Williams. So this is like the first athlete we've had on this list. So far, I think they've just all been musicians slash actresses. Now, the thing with Serena is she is a real athlete, like one of the best tennis players in the world. She's a beast. She could definitely kick my butt in probably 1,000 different ways. But what I want to go on a date with her, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna swipe right on Serena Williams because I said with Ariana Grande, it's good to have a funny gal. Everybody enjoys that. But sometimes you just need a driven, powerful woman that's super successful, that's gonna help you achieve your goals and make you be your best, maybe even physically as well. And so I definitely need that in my life. There's nothing better than having a strong person on your team. So in this case, yes, we're swiping right on Serena Williams. The next one is the actress slash comedian Aquafina. What do I think about Aquafina? Again, this kind of goes back to the Ariana Grande conversation. She's a very funny woman. What do I think about that? Oh, she was in a movie that I really, really like, and she was super hilarious in the movie. I can't think of it now, but Anthony, as you're editing this video, pop up the movie I'm thinking of right now. Yeah, I really liked her in that. She's super funny, so I think I'm gonna swipe right on Awkwafina. I think it would just be an awesome thing to be dating somebody that talented, that hilarious, because, you know, there's nothing better than a good laugh. You've had a long day, it's been stressful, headaches, the kids are crazy. It'd be nice to have somebody who could just make you smile, and I definitely think she could probably be that woman. So, swiping right on Aquafina. We have our first fictional character we're gonna talk about real quick, and that is the comic book character Harley Quinn. Now, Harley has had several iterations of her throughout media. She's obviously been on cartoons. Like I said, comic books, movies, TV shows, all that. So we're just gonna take the broad idea of Harley and decide whether or not I would take her on a date or not. And although she's very beautiful and she's probably super fun and funny and everything would be spontaneous, it definitely would never get boring dating Harley, I think I'm gonna have to swipe left with Harley because of the fact that I have kids, I have responsibilities, I can't be going terrorizing towns and getting arrested and blowing stuff up. I just can't take that kind of heat right now. I got people who depend on me for things. I can't be going to Arkham Asylum all the time. So even though, as I said, it would never be a dull thing dating Harley, the responsible side of me says probably not the best idea, especially having young girls around in my house. And last but not least, I actually asked some of you subscribers out there, some of our neighbors, who you think I should include on this list, and it probably shouldn't have been any surprise to me, but because I know a lot of you are big Rebecca Zamolo fans, just like my kids, a lot of you suggested her cousin, Maddie Gray. I don't know why everybody thinks that just because this channel has some videos featuring and centered around Rebecca, that my girls really, really like her, that I have a crush on her cousin Maddie. I don't know. I mean, she's beautiful and she's funny and she's talented and good on camera, but that doesn't mean I have a crush on her. I don't know where you guys are getting this. I don't, but I just like all the other girls, I guess, since you guys recommended it, I'll play along and decide if I'm gonna give Maddie the left or the right swipe, and I'm gonna give her a right swipe, okay? She's going right. I would go on a date with her, but that does not mean I have a secret crush on her or anything. Where do you guys get these ideas? No. And there you go, neighbors. Those are my thoughts on the 7 different women that Google said I should do this Tinder in real life thing with. Now, obviously, this is just me swiping right or left on these women, but if this really was in real life, they would have to swipe and match with me too. So some of these women probably wouldn't be swiping right on me either, but again, you never know. Honestly, all these women are great. They're all very beautiful. I would be lucky to date any of them, I'm sure, except for Harley, because again, I ain't trying to go to jail today. Don't need that. No, don't have time for that. And there you go, neighbors. That was my version of Tinder in real life. What did you think? Which one of those women do you think would be the best match for me? Which one of those women would you go on a date with? Comment down below and let me know. Also, don't forget to give this video a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, ring the bell, and turn on notifications because you're going to want to stick around this channel for the long haul to see who exactly my love turns out to be. You never know, you could click back here one day and I could be standing next to my wife, Ariana Grande. You never know. Alright neighbors, well that's gonna do it for this Anthony Around Town video. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name's Anthony, and until next time, we'll see you around neighbors.